Before the beginning, the Cosmic Lords crafted 3 artifacts. First was the Astral Domine, infused with the power of life itself. Next, the Chaos Moleri, source of all change. Last was the Destiny Dominus, containing all knowledge. The Lords created the very first world using these artifacts, planet Dominus, and placed it next to the Cosmic Circle. When the work of creation was finished, the Lords hid the items using the Cosmic Forge, and so their secrets remained hidden for a time. Then the unthinkable happened. The Cosmic Forge was stolen. The magic concealing the 3 items failed. News of the artifacts spread throughout the countless worlds. With it spread an even more unbelievable rumor. Whoever obtains all 3 will gain the powers of the Cosmic Lords. The Astral Domine was first of the 3 to be found. Hidden on a remote world, it was the subject of a bitter war between the militant Umpane, the devious Trang, and the Dark Savant. In the end, the Dark Savant gained the Astral Domine. Within it, he found a map pointing to Dominus. The Chaos Moleri was discovered half a galaxy away. The Mook found the device when it tore through a nearby moon with unbelievable force. When the Mook recovered the object, they too discovered a map. The Destiny Dominus collected dust in a remote monastery on Dominus for uncounted years, its true powers concealed with magic writ by the Forge. But the Destiny Dominus is no longer there. A madman named Martin stole it, they say. And Martin has vanished. A new age is about to begin. A new page will be written in the Book of Fate. It is the time of the Ascension and the dawning of a new destiny. Who will prove worthy? Who will become Cosmic Lords themselves?
Welcome to Thoughtful Gaming's playthrough of Wizardry8. Who will become Cosmic Lords? Well, of course we will. And I'll show you how. Going to build a party that rocks the game, provides beautiful DPS, that is a fun game to play, fun party. It is a party based on melee combat. As you see in Wizardry8, you have so many options, be it race, class, and we are going to pick the highest late game DPS combination that I know of. Well, that is still open for discussion because Wizardry8 is such an open game that you can replay it over and over again and you will have a different feeling every time. What is Wizardry8? It is a game made for dungeon crawlers, made for people who like tactical combat, who like role-playing games, who are not that appalled by the slightly older graphics that are, well, not at all ugly, but they're older. By people who like a challenge, because if you play Wizardry8 you might get opponents you will have to run from. They will kill you. We're going to build a party that in the end can defeat absolutely anything that comes onto them. I'll prove you how. First we'll choose a samurai. Samurai is a class with double blades, fearless, good with swords, has lightning strike, which makes one attack 4 attacks. So it's a very aggressive character. We are going to build a very aggressive party, and the idea behind this is to eliminate everything that can be dangerous for us as quickly as possible, because in the late game there are creatures with kill spells, will kill you instantly. So you will have to kill them first, and we're going to do just that. For the samurai there are multiple races that are good. You can see here you have bonus points, and this is already an indicator how good the race is. Additionally, you have resistance modifiers. Good resistance, like this plus 10 means 10% in practice. And we're going for the most offensive combination, for the most damage. So we're going to pick a Hobbit. Hobbit has relatively low casting stats, 55 and 30, and nice melee stats like dexterity, speed, strength. Strength is okay, dexterity, speed is very good, senses are okay too. We're going to make him female because her female. At the start you will get stamina items. You need stamina to make physical attacks. And with these items that can only be worn by females, your stamina will regenerate much faster. And the samurai with its many attacks will have need for stamina in combat. So, in order to achieve the highest DPS possible, we're going to raise strength, speed, dexterity, and after that vitality to survive in close combat. Strength raises melee damage, speed gives you a number of attacks, dexterity raises your 2-hit bonus, so you will hit them better. Additionally, you will have final skills. When you reach 100 points of your primary attributes, you'll have extra skills, which in strength are extra armor penetration, which is very useful in the end. Speed and dexterity will give you armor class bonuses, which is also good in melee combat. You see, you have the profession skill critical strike here. Dual weapons, close combat and sword too, but critical strike is very good in the late game. This is why we're doing it with the samurai, because at the beginning it has moderate damage at best, but in the end game it's going to kill absolutely everything with lightning strike and critical strike combined. Critical strike is a chance to instantly kill your opponent, and lightning strike makes you have more attacks. Basically you can have 8 attacks instead of 2 with dual weapons, and these multiply so that you can, if you're lucky, have like 16 attacks in one round. That is unparalleled, so we're going to play a samurai. Also, the best weapons in this game are swords. We're going to build him first to hit things better. Critical strike is only important in the late game. Because in the late game the opponents will have so many hit points that an instant kill is pretty much a big win. Whereas in the early game the opponents won't have many hit points, so you're better off taking the chance to do some damage, which we're going to do with dual weapons, close combat and sword. To the honor of Miyamoto Musashi, we are going to name her Miya Musashi, like the female descendant of the great samurai Musashi. Our first party member. Our second party member is going to be a monk. Monk also has critical strike, as you see here. There's also effective while blind, which is very useful later. Has natural damage resistance, which is very good in melee combat. To take a human because of the many bonus points, and well, it has no resistance modifiers, but it has the best stats overall. We're going to for stats again, going to raise strength, speed, dexterity. Going to make her female again. So we're going for offensive stats. We won't raise stealth. Stealth will raise on its own. That's principle of raising stats in Wizardry is your stats will rise at level up if you put points into them, or your stats will rise by practice, and the monk is getting hit very often because the place I'm going to place him, so stealth will go up on its own. And so we'll use the class skill martial arts, critical strike and close combat for the monk. And take this nice portrait. After religion, many monks, many Asian monks follow. We'll call her Taoya. About Taoism. And she's not gonna be so as laid back. She is gonna be very aggressive. She's ready for anything. She will kill anything that comes in her way. When martial arts and critical strike are high enough, she's going to rampage through the opponents. To find items and to have nice range damage, always take a ranger in Wizardry. And of course, if you're lazy like me and don't want to turn on off scouting, the ranger is also good. The ranger, we're doing a slightly different thing. We're going to raise senses, which unlocks the armor penetration final skill and gives better ranged attacks. I'm going to raise strength to raise melee and also range damage, and speed, and if these three are finished we're going to raise dexterity too. We can make him male. He's going to be in the second row, so it's not that important that he has that much stamina. He can stand back and cast some spells too. Utility spells though. He can do scouting, automatic scouting. It's very useful because if you turn on scouting, opponents will surprise you. If you have a ranger, opponents won't surprise you, and you will get any item that's lying around. Accordingly, we are going to rise scouting, ranged combat and bow, because bows, and especially crossbows, later double and triple shot crossbows, are the best ranged weapons in the game, except for one weapon which is class specific, which we'll see later. For his gorilla-like looks, we'll call this guy Silverback, like a gorilla silverback.
There are two kinds of people, hunters and their prey. Let me assure you, I am one of the hunters.
He's one of the hunters for sure. He'll nail everything down with his arrows. So, as next character, taking a Valkyrie. A Valkyrie is a tough melee opponent. We're going to take a dwarf because of the dwarven damage resistance and the overall good stats. Raising our standard array. You see you'll have high vitality too. A Valkyrie is good for her good divine buffs, for heals, and especially for polearm damage. Polearm damage is very nice. Polearms are two-handed weapons. Nice range. Very much damage. And going to raise bow damage 2 here, just in case. She's going to be an aggressive person too. She's not going to bake bread and bring you cookies. She's going to kill everything in her way. And I'll call her Brunhilde. Like after the Brunhilde from the Nibelungenlied. She'll wrestle down even the toughest dragon slayer. And to slay the dragon herself, of course. Yeah. That's how she is. There are like 6 party members in total. We're going to party member 5. This time we're going to build something counterintuitive, a bard. Bard is good for his use of instruments. You have like multiple uses. You use stamina for casting, not magic, and for this you can take a lizardman with slow magic power recovery because that doesn't interest you. And he has very mighty melee stats with his high strength and high vitality. We're going to take female too. We're going to have negative bonus points, so we'll have to level first because we can put points there only if the deficit is brought off, which is like after the first level. You will get 6 points every level, and so you get 1 point after the first level, and that's okay. For these stats, like this high vitality and strength, I'd do anything, especially if I don't need magic. This is more of a quality of life character, so we're going to raise communication for better shop prices, music, for the use of instrument and artifacts, to have someone to identify items early on.
Sure, darling. Just leave it in my hands. I have loads of experience, believe me.
And we're going to take this sensual lizard woman, call her Iguania, after a dinosaur race that supposedly was singing like a bird in her mating ritual. And our final party member, going to be a gadgeteer. There are different items lying around in Wizardry, and you can put them together and build like strange devices. For example, something providing a radar field, or some buffs, or like absolutely anything you can imagine. Going to take a hobbit too, female. And we're not going to need strength here, because her damage skill is modern weapon, and strength won't help you there, so we're going to take senses, speed, dexterity, and after that we'll take some vitality, and probably, if we're going to come to that, we're going to take strength too, but I don't think it will come to that. She's going to be our lockpicker too. Additionally, we'll put points into modern weapon, ranged combat, and engineering. Because with engineering, like you can build these fanciful gadgets, giving you, for example, a group heal, or that radar thing, or a fear spell, and everything based only on stamina. So why won't we take a lizardman? Because a lizardman has like bad intelligence, and engineering is based on intelligence, and locks and traps is based on intelligence too. And locks and traps is very important in this game too. If you want to get some items or go through some doors, or you will have to wait very long for very powerful spells to unlock doors otherwise, and we won't do that. And in the end game she's going to do very much damage with modern weapon, because she has a weapon that levels up with her. Changes like her qualities. So for some variation we're going to take Portrait of Another Race, which is also possible. She's looking nicely, like a mix of Mayday from James Bond and Marie Curie. She's a very intellectual being.
Well, well. I wondered when you would get around to me. You won't be disappointed.
And in the beginning she isn't gonna do much damage. Like, you're tempted to say she does absolutely nothing, but in the late game she makes up for that. So in the early game we'll be brought through that by our Valkyrie, by our Bard, and the late game, or in the middle game, a Ranger Monk will do more damage, and the late game Samurai and Gadgeteer will rock absolutely everything off. So now we're going to build a party, and this screen is absolutely important too, because you notice you'll have slots here. This is slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, slot 5, slot 6. You can walk in this game. It's a round-based, turn-based combat. And after you walk, you don't have like arranged an order by sense or by some initiative modifier, but by that slot. And the Bard is going to be the one that casts most of the combat buffs. So we're going to take Bard first, and she's gonna make some combat buffs too, so we're gonna make her second. There are also combat buffs the Samurai can cast, so make her third. Same is true for the Monk. We're going to take her fourth, and the Ranger and the Gadgeteer, they're not going to do combat buffs at all. They're going to do damage. So now we have our party. Going to play on Expert, highest difficulty. Not going to play Iron Man because there are rare bugs, but there are bugs. I won't take just one save game for that, and if you're really unlucky you can just die, and I won't play 50 hours and then let the party just die. We won't replay the game for that. So let's start the game.
Grimpak the Mook hired you as an escort for a long voyage. He didn't say a word about where he was going or how long it would take. You were astonished to see such a huge metal ship. Grimpak must be a very great wizard to make such a thing sail. As soon as you entered, the ship set sail. That metal ship went straight up, making a sound like 1,000 angry dragons. For a long time, You sailed through the endless night. Then, at last, Grimpack broke his long silence.
The time has come to tell you the purpose of my trip. My fellow Mook have discovered an extremely unusual artifact. This has led them to a world called Dominus, where they are investigating a native ritual called the Ascension. They have asked me to assist, but there is some danger involved, so I have brought you along as protection. We will be landing shortly. Our descent may be a bit difficult.
As you begin your descent, your craft comes under the baleful watch of the Dark Savant and his black ship.
Master, we have detected a ship.
I arrived too late to stop the others, but these intruders will never enter the circle!
What should I do?
Destroy them!
The shock of the attack throws you to the deck. For a time, all is dark. Slowly, your senses return. You have washed up on a beach among the rest of the crash debris. It's a miracle that you're still alive, but your biggest challenge is still ahead of you. Your ship is gone. You're stranded on a strange world, and somewhere, far above, the Dark Savant awaits. You turn toward shore and plan your next move.
So, welcome to
A
Dominus.
new adventure begins. Come, comrade, let us explore this strange new world.
You can already see the guys are talking by themselves, which is very funny very often. There are already some opponents around us, and in the next video, I'm going to tackle them and kill them all.